Ich hoffe, euch geht's gut. Ich spiele heute wieder Noire und wir sind ja letztes Mal an den Fall Weiße Schuhe und ein Mond. Teil 1. Ich glaube, es kommt jetzt Teil 2, wenn ich mir nicht unsicher bin. Und auf jeden Fall vielen Dank für die neuen Follower und vielen Dank auf jeden Fall immer für die Aufrufe. Ich freue mich immer sehr darüber. Ich würde sagen, wir starten es und gehen noch fortsetzen. Viel Spaß zum Zuschauen. Okay. Ah, hier waren wir doch gewesen. Okay. Ich glaube, wir waren ja noch an Sachen untersuchen, wenn ich mich nicht dran eben tue.
This looks awfully familiar.
Ach so.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Okay, dann würde ich sagen, wir schauen dann mal nach Hinweisen und was mit der Frau auf sich hat. Okay. Auf jeden Fall wurde sie wieder mit einem Seil, sagen wir, erwürgt.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Okay. Zurück. Was haben wir hier noch? Schauen wir mal die Arme an. Ne, diesmal fällt keine Ring.
I've seen it all.
Okay. Was haben wir hier? Kein Armband und kein Ring wurde abgerissen. So, was haben wir hier noch? Nicht viel, okay. Was haben wir hier noch? Fußspuren wieder. Was haben wir da?
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Okay, Größe sieht man noch nicht. So. Geldscheine.
I don't think so.
Wohl eher nicht. Glaube ich auch nicht. Reifenspuren. Moment.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Ja, stimmt, immer Reifenspuren. Was haben wir hier noch? Und sofort wieder anwesend. Gut, was haben wir hier noch? Nix. Hier auch nichts. Haben wir alles jetzt, oder? Gut, dann gehen wir kurz zum Telefon und berichten was. Ach, was kommt denn da?
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Also muss ich sie nochmal verhören. Okay. Also auf jeden Fall ist es wieder Sekräterin Batten. Augenfarbe blau. Alter 55 Jahre alt. Haarfarbe braun, weiblich. Zeugin und Anwohnerin von Signal Hill. Zwar haben wir die letztes Mal schon befragt, aber das Problem war, es hat irgendwie nicht gespeichert. Na, dann tun wir es halt nochmal, ne? Gut, verdächtige Personen.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Das war, glaube ich, Wahrheit gewesen.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Okay, was müssen wir jetzt tun? Achso, wir wollten ja am Telefon, aber wurden unterbrochen durch die Zeugin. Genau, am Telefon.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thank you.
Okay. Nächstes Ziel ist, denke ich mal, zur Reinigung fahren. Gut, dann gehen wir zum Auto. Können wir uns das hier nehmen eigentlich? Hier lang. Ja, das ist ein Leichenwagen. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, klagen wir uns ein Auto unterwegs. Was ist das da hin? Nimm ich das. So, sieht ganz gut aus. Alles klar, dann fahren wir zur Superior Laundry Service oder so in der Art. Wäschereikette, Fiale, Fest.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written onto them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, all right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Abends ist halt perfekt, hier ist nicht so viel Verkehr. Das ist immer das Beste. Es gibt. Ich gehe auch mal so ein Risiko ein beim Fahren. Da ist jemand um die Ecke draußen und ich habe dann wieder richtigen Totalschaden. Sachschaden. Okay, wir sind jetzt schon gleich da. Sehr gut. Kurze Fahrt immer gut. Jetzt sind wir hier ab.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks now.
Laundry Service. Reinigung. Hier mal rein, würde ich sagen.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Drücke X oder wische nach links über, um ein Buch aufzuschlagen. Okay. Gut, wir suchen Galloway, oder? Was haben wir aus Galloway? Ich weiß nicht. Shades of green, sketches, sundress.
Mrs. T. Tarleton, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
We have a lead. Let's find out what the husband has to say for himself.
Ich denke eher nicht. Okay, jetzt müssen wir zu dem Opfer fahren, zu dieser Wohnadresse, die wir gerade bekommen haben. Okay. Das ist dann Emerald Street 43 davon jetzt hier. Ich glaube, danach fahren wir dann zum Obdachlosenlager. So fahre ich hier lang.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Das drehen. Das gut. Oh, Dankeschön. Okay, bin ich jetzt hier. Oh, da unten ist Parkett ist schon. Oh, das ist so nah an der Wohnadresse. Ja, gut. 43 Emerald Street. Gut, dann gehen wir mal zu dem Haus. Mal schauen, wer uns da drin erwartet. Hallo, ist jemand zu Hause?
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Okay. Dann würden wir sagen, wir schauen uns dann mal in dem Haus um, ob wir Hinweise finden.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrelson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Terrelson?
Okay.
Some
Operator,
bums
give
think
me
filling out a
dispatch.
missing persons report actually rules him out as a suspect.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, gut. Okay, jetzt können wir uns in Ruhe umschauen. Unterhalten möchte ich jetzt noch nicht, weil kein Hinweis. Was haben wir hier? Was ist das?
Nothing significant.
Okay, nichts von Bedeutung. Okay.
Not sure this means much.
Das auch nicht.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Diese Streichholzpackung. Barons Bar wieder. Kopfhörer sitzen heute nicht so wie die wollen. Okay. Was haben wir hier noch? Ja, habe ich doch schon.
Baron's Bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Ja. Das ist jetzt ja alles. Gehen wir kurz in die Küche.
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Eine Notiz.
I doubt it.
Nicht? Okay. Könnte ja möglich sein, dass es irgendwas gibt. Was haben wir hier noch? Also hier war was schon drin. Gehen wir ins Schlafzimmer. Handtasche.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Auch nicht. Okay. Was haben wir hier noch? Ah, ein Foto. Und wieder die Streichholzverpackung. Okay. Schauen wir uns mal das Foto an.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Gute Frage. Achso. Ich dachte, man kann es hinten aufmachen, weil manchmal gibt es da auch so Geheimverstecke. Ist ja auch manchmal da was Verstecken drin, ne? Okay, vielerweise gibt es hier nicht. Nö, ich hab jetzt ja alles durchsucht. Moment, da war's. Ah, ein Boot. Aber hört auch nicht auf sich, okay. Würde ich sagen, wir gehen mal raus. Vielleicht gibt es da draußen irgendwas noch hinterm Haus. Moment. Ah, Boot. Bootseite.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Sehr, sehr komisch. Okay, gibt es hier noch irgendwas Bestimmtes? Ich schau mal kurz, ob ich noch ein paar Hinweise Position. Dann gehe ich auf Hinweise. Hier vorne gibt es noch welche raus. Was haben wir hier? Hab ich welche vergessen? What? Was war das? Okay. Was ist das? Nix.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Wann klingelt das an?
Seems irrelevant.
Ist hier im Haus noch irgendwas? Ah, guck mal hier. Hier war ich nicht rumdran. Was haben wir hier? Schuhe? Natürlich.
You can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
Okay, dreckige Schuhe. Tasche.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Lippenstift. Öffnen. Okay, er wird benutzt anscheinend. Jetzt haben wir hier noch einen Ausweis. Führerschein, Therese, Verhalten, 43, Emma, weißweibig, 36, braune Augen, blond, verheiratet.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
Okay, dann würde ich sagen, zurück. Ja, alles ist das so, glaube ich. Was fehlt noch? Was habe ich hier noch? Eins fehlt noch. Das Hemd vielleicht.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Nasse Jacke. Okay, ich habe alle Hinweise. Da würde ich, glaube ich, sagen, wir befragen den Herrn mal, was er zu sagen hat. Und ja. Gut.
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Good.
For the record, Mr. Terrelson, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Okay, das ist Lasst, okay. Augenfarbe blau, 46 Jahre alt, Haare braun, männlich. Ehemann des Mordopfers Theresa Halsen. Gut, dann fangen wir mit der ersten Befragung an. Mögliche Verdächtige?
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Er lügt. Das ist am Blick.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Ja, wir haben...
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
Okay. Also er lügt dann schon mal. Alibi für Lars Terrelson.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Ich zweifle mal an.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Okay. Gemütverfassung des Opfers.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Er ist sich auch nicht ganz sicher. Also 8 im Zweifel.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
Okay, der letzte Kontakt zum Opfer. Wann haben Sie den gehabt?
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Okay.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did
Er
you?
lügt nicht.
And how do you figure that?
Zukunft, ey. Krass. Das ist so schwer. Mal gucken, ob es stimmt. Aber was war das mit der ersten Jacke, oder?
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life. Sounds like the Terrellson broad had her last drink at Barron's bar. We should check the place out.
Gut. Dann würde ich sagen, auf Wiedersehen.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Okay. Kommen wir zu Barron's Bar. Schau mal kurz Fenster auf. Geht's jetzt weiter? Gut. Dann fahren wir mal zu Barron's Bar. Da waren wir auch schon mal, glaube ich, gewesen.
Watch it, will you?
Wie ihr seht. Oh Gott. Okay, das war ja schon gut. Stimmt, hier waren wir ja schon. Am Anfang. Weil wir noch erinnern kann. Gut, sagen wir, gehen wir rein.
Get another spoon.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
Okay, das ist Benny Clef oder Cliff, keine Ahnung. Augenfarbe braun, 38 Jahre, Haarfarbe braun, männlich. Barkeeper von Baron's Bar. Okay, dann würde ich sagen, wir verhören mal, vielleicht weiß er irgendwas noch. Gut, dann haben wir letzter Kontakt mit dem Opfer.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
God damn it all, I asked them to hold the mayo.
Quittung oder was? Baron's Bar, Los Angeles, California. 2 Whisky auf Eis, ein Manhattan, ein Gin.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
Gut. Verdächtiger Landstreicher.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Yellow cap, 3519.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates?
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away. Go, Phelps, get after him.
Ich beeile mich.
Come on, we got a ride. Get in and drive.
Oh Mann. Ich bin wieder nicht schnell genug, glaube ich.
No time to wait, Rusty.
Wir müssen dass er direkt jetzt ins Auto steigt. Okay, dann versuche ich halt nochmal.
God damn it, get after him, Cole. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you.
Ich beeile mich aber, wenn der da steht. Achtung.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. He's showing you how it's done.
Pin fährt der.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Bla 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 bla. macht er?
Hands behind your head!
Ich hab's geschafft, trotz allem.
Okay, Vince. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Egal, ich hab's geschafft. Die Hauptsache. So, Richard Bates. Bekannter des Mordopfers Theresa Taralsen. Tja, Richard, was hast du zu sagen? Wenn du einmal weggelaufen bist. So, hattest du Kontakt zum Opfer gehabt?
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
Gut, Bericht über Aufenthaltsort.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
Gut, verzweifeln.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Hier und da kann man hier telefonieren. Oh cool, Telefonzelle. Dann.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks, ma'am.
Isn't that the cop that caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Was? Hat bin ich mal angestoßen. Da fliegt schon irgendwie so.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
Okay, wir fahren zum
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought. Where's that cab got to now?
Ich fahre jetzt erstmal zum Obdachlosenlager.
Cole, come on!
You see our taxi anywhere?
You're making a right at the next intersection. Hey!
Ich mag dieser Wagen.
The search continues.
Hey, you know...
Oh, you bother. Leave me alone. I fought. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the other lead. These guys can wait. Phelps, leave him be.
Kann ich hier schon irgendwas tun?
Wow.
Gar nichts. Egal, wir steigen jetzt mal in den Wagen. Es sollte eigentlich dann eine Übermittlung geben wegen dem einen Taxi. Schaut mal. Gott, hier ist alles so gesperrt. Wo geht's hier lang? Nee, kann man echt noch nichts tun.
That's the car.
Okay. Da würde ich sagen, wir gehen zum Wagen zurück. Vielleicht gehen wir, würde ich sagen, wegen dem Taxi.
Slow down!
Ist jetzt jemand da? Das war Auto. Keine Ahnung, aber ich nehme das an. Okay. Kommt die Durchsage jetzt eigentlich?
At least somebody's paying attention.
bisschen sprachlos, weil Sichtung, Obdachlosen ist fertig. Dann kommt jetzt Sichtung des Taxis. Also Obdachlosenheim ist fertig.
We'll narrow in on him eventually.
Boah, ist das schnell.
Calm down. Where's that cab got to now? Keep on going. Breathe, Phelps. Breathe, damn it. Get out of the way! There's a madman on the loose! Gently. That price is outrageous.
Road has socks in it.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Alles klar.
Cole!
Ich hab doch gar nichts gemacht. Hä? Schreiben wieder an, ich hab gar nichts gemacht. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, fahren wir zum Revier jetzt. Einen anderen Wagen haben. Kann ich mal Ihren Wagen leihen, bitte? LPD.
LAPD, police emergency.
Komm, Getaway, steig ein. Was ist mit ihm? Komm, steig doch ein.
You're behind the wheel.
Okay, ich lasse ihn einfach fahren. Keine Ahnung, was es für ein Fehler jetzt ist. Gut.
He's in interview
strips
too.
off me at the Grange.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Verraum 2. Verraum 1, 2. Papier, oder?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Gut, das ist James. Hier so. Augenfarbe blau, 24 Jahre, Haarfarbe braun, männlich. Vollmatrose der US Navy mit dem Opfer in der Mordnacht gesehen wurde. Okay. Kontakt mit dem Opfer.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Vorfall mit Bates.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup.
Bewegung vor dem Mord.
Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. We left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Okay. Taxifahrt mit dem Opfer.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
That's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you.
Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Also müssen wir jetzt nochmal hin. Jetzt können wir wenigstens die machen.
Three suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
Okay, erstmal zum Busbahnhof. Sorry, ich muss drehen. Quest auf. Danke. Wir sind aber nicht dabei. Jetzt wieder mehr Verkehr. Jetzt geht immer geradeaus. Jetzt immer hier aufpassen auf den Kreuzungen manchmal. Oder das heißt meine Schuld, aber manchmal an den Kreuzungen sind wir so angepasst. Crash. Wie ich mir heute das Ding ist richtig. Gut, gut.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Papernroute 74, angenehme Fahrt. Okay.
I'll need to run the loop.
Okay, jetzt müssen wir...
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Okay, also jetzt müssen wir die ganze Busroute fahren.
The heck?
Was ist das hier?
That cherry pie was delicious.
Okay, also müssen wir auch Zeitschriften sammeln. Cool. Gut, dann gehen wir raus und verfolgen den Bus.
All-American 7-4. Let's go get him.
One goddamn ding.
There's a phone.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going? This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Ich weiß zwar nicht wo lang, aber ich folge einfach mal der roten Linie hier. Die Kennzeichen ist. Bord. Ich hoffe.
Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. You just give me a nudge if you see him, all right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife, fellas.
Oh, Rusty.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road. That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
Some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Sehr gut. Wir haben es geschafft. Also vorher, wo ich das gespielt habe, ich habe das nicht gecheckt.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his
Deswegen ist
bell-bottom
meistens
trousers.
auch
He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
Sehr gut.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Weil ich bin einmal sofort zum Zentralrevier gefahren und das Problem war, ich hatte nicht genug Hinweise gehabt und dann gab es halt keine 5-Sterne-Wertung. Das war echt übel. Deswegen diesmal habe ich es richtig gemacht. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, wir fahren jetzt zum Obdachlosenlager nochmal. Gucken, was uns da erwartet.
Sir, step up.
Okay. Okay, fahren wir zum Obdachlosenlager. Okay. Gut. Wir müssen das mal drehen. Aber cool, den Busfahrer habe ich bekommen. Ich bin genau Gegenverkehr gefahren. Das ging schnell. Ich dachte, es wäre eine längere Fahrt. Aber gut. Haben das Ding ja gesagt, war eine Stunde. Das ist meistens immer das Beste.
I get the point. Jesus, Phelps!
Gut, sind wir angekommen.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
Need you to stay copacetic.
Jetzt müssen wir uns rumschlagen, anscheinend.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Fuck that, keep down.
If you want
These
your
men know they're
rightful
harboring a
share,
murderer?
we need to fight for it!
Your disciples know what you did last night?
You stinking red.
Das war's schon.
What's your name?
Sehr gut.
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Okay. Jetzt können wir uns, glaube ich,
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Was haben wir hier? Zeitungsartikel, sehr gut. Fehlendes Morphium, Polizei, Gauner führen. What? Irgendwas mit führen. Gut, dann gucken wir uns den Zeitungsartikel an. Ich hole mir kurz was zu trinken. Ich bin gleich wieder zurück und ihr könnt euch in der Zeit dann die Sequenz anschauen. Viel Spaß.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
Mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. Mickey Cohen is put...
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors. But they've been moving it on to addicts. And they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest?
My problem is that people are dying. And that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Okay, ich bin jetzt auch wieder zurück. Gut. Durchsuchen wir weiter. Gut, was haben wir hier? Oh, ein Seil. Ja.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Okay. Zurück. Wir haben auf jeden Fall das Seil schon mal. Unser erster Hinweis auf jeden Fall. Was haben wir hier noch? Geldbörse. Was ist das?
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Stuart Ackerman verhören, okay. Dann haben wir jetzt noch... Was haben wir hier noch? Okay, ich schau noch mal kurz. Moment. Ich drücke immer die falsche Taste, also. Gut, Intuition. Ich will auch wissen, ob ich alle Hinweise. Okay, alle Hinweise. Gut, dann fahren wir zum Revier, würde ich sagen. Hab ich da mein Auto geparkt? Hier oben einfach, glaube ich. Geht's hier nach oben?
Two peanuts were walking on the street.
Hallo. Okay. Kann ich über den Zaun klettern? Nee, ich streame mit PS4. Ich habe PS4 Cam und Mikro geht auch an der PS4. Ja, seit neuestem. Also Mikro kann ich an den PS4 machen und die Kamera ist halt von PS4. 2016er ist es. Ja, schon cool. Habe ich am Anfang auch nicht gewusst, dass es geht. Ich hatte auch vor PC gestreamt, aber das Problem ist, ich muss es komfortabel machen mit PS4 und PC, dass ich auch dann per PC halt streamen kann. Aber ich habe noch keinen neuen PC und so sagen geht es noch nicht so ganz gut. Deswegen streame ich momentan über PS4 halt. Ja. Hast gestern auch gestreamt, ne? Ich habe nur ganz kurz reingeschaut.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same shtick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
Okay, das ist in der Nähe, dann fahre ich laut zum Fuß einfach schnell. Dann geht das schon.
That sure looks like a beauty.
Hey, that's that cop. Seems like a decent. He drove me up to my.
Ah, schön hier über die Straße, perfekt. War ein kurzer Fußweg. Gut, so war Glück.
We're going this way.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Welchen Verhörer wissen wir jetzt?
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Gut, das ist Stuart Ackerman. Augenfarbe braun, 36 Jahre alt, Haarfarbe braun, männlich. Landstreicher, der in der Nähe von Signal Hill gesehen wurde. Gut, mal gucken, was er für Dreck einstecken hat. Ich würde sagen, wir verhören ihn mal. Gut, Motiv für den Mord.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Soll ich dir glauben? Ich beschuldige ihn mal.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrelson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
Und was ist mit dem blutbefleckten Stück Seil? Was ist das unten? Was hast du dazu zu sagen?
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
Gut. Kontakt mit dem Opfer gehabt.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Gut. Alibi für Stuart Ackerman.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
Niemals.
You were up on the hill. You were seen during the day. We have a witness. We have evidence. Come clean with me, Ackerman, and I'll see what I can do for you.
I despise your pity. You have nothing that links me to this woman.
Doch, wir haben deinen Geldbeutel gefunden mit einem Zettelchen drin, irgendwas mit Tanzen. Genau.
We have you cold, Ackerman. Her purse and the ballroom ticket were in your lean-to. Tell us why you did it.
I kill because people need killing. It's what I was trained to do.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
So, Fall 11 abgeschlossen. Okay. Die Tarolzen könnten Gerechtigkeit erfahren, wenn Stuart Ackerman für verhandlungsfähig erklärt wird. Das ist immer eine Wertung, oder? Gut, Fall 11 ist abgeschlossen. Jetzt müsste der Fall 12 kommen. Mal gucken. Und jetzt kommt erstmal eine kleine Sequenz.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Der Mord der Sekräterin.
We will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring, a matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Gut. Nächster Fall, neues Glück, würde ich sagen. Gut. Dann bleiben wir nicht lange hier und gehen los.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Gut. Dann fahren wir erstmal zum Pfandleiher. Global Loan und Quelle des... Dann fahren wir los.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Zwei Ringe, okay.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay, der zweite Ring, was ist hier drin eingraviert?
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Zum Rangierbahnhof fahren wir. Rangierbahnhof und Frachtlagerfund.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Perp is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
All units, officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Keep on going through here.
Hier, aber, okay. Kannst du auf die Brücke?
Just go easy, Phelps.
Jetzt auf der richtigen Strecke.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Gut, dann würde ich sagen, durchsuchen wir mal den Bahnhof nach Hinweisen. Die Dame erstmal. Was haben wir hier?
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Okay. Was haben wir hier noch?
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Hier ist nichts. Ist irgendwas noch Bestimmtes? Okay.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Okay. Jetzt haben wir hier noch eine Handtasche. Schauen wir da noch rein. Da warte kurz. Eine Quittung. Für Evidence Summers. 2 große Koffer, kleine Koffer, Schlafsack, Kisten, einfaches Bettlagen, 3 Fotorahmen, Haarbürste, Kegel, Statuette, Make-up, Kleidung. No.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Kleidung, also eigenen To-Do-Liste kann man sagen. Nein, sollte nicht drücken. Zurück. Geht nicht. Ich wollte eine Tasche. Was haben wir hier drin? Briefmäßig. Liebe Evelyn, ich hoffe, wenn du diesen Brief erhältst, bist du in einem besseren Zustand als damals, als wir uns das letzte Mal sahen. Schlimme Worte sind damals gefallen, du hattest zu viel getrunken und wir wissen beide, was dir aus dir macht. Aber ich schreibe nicht, um dich zu ärgern oder zu belehren. Ich schreibe, um mich zu entschuldigen. Mein Herz ist gebrochen, als ich sah, was aus meinem kleinen Mädchen geworden war und was sich selbst... Du machst mit dem Alkohol deinen Körper und deine Seele kaputt. Evelyn mit anzusehen fällt mir schwer, als du dir vorstellen kannst. Aber nur der Allmächtige über uns hat Recht, uns zu beurteilen. Und darum möchte ich dich um Vergeltung bitten. Ich bin dein Name mit dem Santorum hier. Sie sagen, dass dein Zustand eine Krankheit ist, Evelyn, und dass man sie behandeln kann. Du musst dir nicht nur beweisen, es wird dir nicht...
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Okay. Alles klar, ein Brief auf jeden Fall. Was haben wir hier noch? Kestum Film Company. Evelyn Summers geschütztes Rechtsgut, gültig bis 31. Oktober 1941.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Okay, super. Haben wir das auch. Was ist das? Mensch bei Ecke 9.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Okay. Haben hier die Hinweise auch schon mal erledigt. Dann gucken wir noch. Was haben wir hier noch? Jetzt hier alle Hinweise. Okay, dann gehen wir kurz zu ihm.
So what next?
Looks like we might actually have a couple of witnesses this time.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shunting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your detail?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Alles klar, jetzt haben wir schon mal das. Haben wir alle Hinweise soweit? Ich gucke noch mal bei Intuition. Okay, wir haben alle Hinweise. Okay.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Ketchup, okay. Gut, dann reden wir mal den Zeugen hier. Hallo.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Knucklehead.
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Okay. Auf jeden Fall benutzt worden. Okay.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him.
Okay, das ist John Ferdinand Jameson. Augenfarbe blau, 24 Jahre, Haarfarbe schwarz, männlich. PI, Rangierbahnhof, Angestellter, Zeuge, eventuell Verdächtiger. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, wir verhören mal. Manipulation von Beweisen.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Fund der Leiche.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Oh Mann. Okay, dann gehen wir mal zum Telefon. Ist gerade in der Nähe, Gott sei Dank. Okay.
Phelps, 1247.
need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
Okay, dann fahren wir dann mal hin zu der Menschbar. Menschbar fahren wir erstmal.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Stop.
Really? I guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
All units, officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Soweit nicht schuld.
If we survive this, it's going to be a miracle.
Sorry.
Stay on this road.
5 George is en route to 496 Broadway. You have another assignment there, Central?
Hey, come on!
Ich konnte eben gar nicht mehr lenken. Naja, das ist alles hier.
Take the next right.
Links, rechts.
All units, I think that's up to stand by.
Das war knapp. Okay. Und anscheinend da. Ja, wir haben ganze Stand mit. Okay, dann schauen wir mal.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Okay.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, Detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Gut, das ist Grosvenor McCaffrey, und so ich auch gesprochen habe. Augenfarbe blau, 38 Jahre, Haarfarbe schwarz, männlich. Bekannter von Mordopfer Evelyn Summers. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, dann verhören wir ihn mal. Letzter Kontakt mit den Opfern.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings? I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Kriminelle Vergangenheit.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Okay, sehr gut. Dann würde ich sagen, wir fahren jetzt 11th Liquor Store. Oh, warte mal, irgendwas lag hier noch. Was vergessen.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
Hier ist aber kein Buch. Moment. Habe ich eigentlich was gemacht? Ja, aber alles okay. Würde ich sagen, wir fahren jetzt. Achtung. Mensch, Bar. Bin ich eben schon da? Aber warum? Es fehlt ja noch. Ist nicht alles abgeschlossen hier?
At the moment, all I want to do is talk to the bottom of my glass.
Looks like trying to enjoy a quiet drink is against the goddamn law now, huh?
soll doch so in so einem Schnapsladen fahren. Likörner. Okay, alright.
What did you make of McCaffrey?
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
I meant as a suspect, Rusty.
Oh, Wahrzeichen, sehr gut. Damit sehr gut, sind deine Körper.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Now, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed. Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
No. Over here.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Diese Krähen draußen. Bilder haben wir hier noch.
She wasn't always such a loner.
Metaphysik.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Ja. Versaunte meistens alles immer.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Okay. Haben wir das jetzt schon? Gibt es da irgendwas noch zum Schauen? Hier ist noch ein Bild. Anscheinend habe ich jetzt alles. Okay. Ach, da. Gut, Robbins. Augenfarbe blau, Haarfarbe schwarz, 42 Jahre. Schnapsladenbesitzer und Freund von Evelyn Summers. Gut, verhören wir mal. Kontakt mit den Opfer.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Beziehung zum Opfer.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Verbindung zu McAfee.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh?
Das werden wir
Evelyn
tun.
never hurt anybody.
Yep, das machen wir. Gut, dann gehen wir zurück zur Bar und reden nochmal mit Cathy, würde ich sagen.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly, return to Central, code 2.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
Gerade wir fahren wir gleich nach
All units, officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Whoa there!
Das wird ja einen Totalschaden geben. Nee. Oh, ich hab doch Dings eingegeben. Nee, Moment. Hä, warum sind wir hier gefahren? Ich hab doch... Mensch, so, Mensch, Beispiel wird. Na dann. anscheinend richtig.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
So,
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick. But she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
Okay.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Wir müssen Telefon und die Adresse raus. Wo ist denn ihr Telefon?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks for your help.
Schallplatte 1 von 20. Okay. Nice. Gut, dann gehen wir hoch.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it. You got that.
Let me pose a question. Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Haben wir jetzt Bowlingbahn?
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
Der Nebenmission kann ich
105 North Avenue.
Wahrzeichen. Sehr gut. 700. Sehr, sehr gut. Rolling's bowling ball.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy who works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
I love these waitresses. Everyone's a doll.
Down the left side of the alley.
Waitress. Could I get another spoon?
Ja, wo lang? Hier sind Toiletten. An der Bahn.
Olive oil
That's
comes
the guy
from
from the papers.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Verfolgenjagd wieder.
There!
Das hat er viel Vorsprung.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
Ja, immer kommen Autos, wenn ich mache.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble. He's going through the square.
I hope the people see him in time to get out of the way.
That little pen boy's getting the best of you, Cole.
What if they run because someone's setting them up? Because they feel like the deck is stacked against them?
Don't make up ridiculous stories for them, detective. Leave that to the perp's imagination. Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. Let's bring this kid crashing back down to earth.
I saw him shoot out his tires.
Wish me luck.
Nein.
You know, I hope you're not letting him slide because of your stupid theories, Phelps.
Warum? Das kann nicht sein jetzt. Oh. Egal, aber Neues, würde ich sagen. Oh Gott. Ich bin irgendwo gegengefahren, glaube ich.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Gut, aber Neues, würde ich sagen.
There!
Immer so viel Vorsprung lassen.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. He's going through the square.
I hope the people see him in time to get out of the way.
That little pin boy's getting the best of you, Cole.
What if they run because someone's setting them up? Because they feel like the deck is stacked against them?
Don't make up ridiculous stories for them, detective. Leave that to the perp's imagination. Now, I hope you're not letting him slide because of your stupid theories. Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. Phelps, you gotta get me closer. Don't catch that train, Phelps.
Come on. Gas. Wo ist er? Oh. Benno. Ups. Falsch. Falsch kurz gedrückt.
Tiernan!
Moment.
LAPD!
Nee, wo ist das Ich hoffe, ich schaffe das noch.
There. What are you waiting for? Get after him.
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road!
Also wieder ein Bahntunnel.
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. Oh my God, this kid's crazy. He's gonna kill us.
Hit him, Cole! Spit him out! Phelps, you gotta get me closer! Now is not the time to play around, Phelps. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
That's the end of that. About fucking time.
So sind verhaftet.
Coming right at us!
Give it up, LAPD!
Ich hab's geschafft, Gott sei Dank. Puh. Bin ich froh. Okay. Dann fahren wir jetzt mal zum Apartment von McAfee, würde ich sagen. Und danach fahren wir zum Revier. Kann ich hier irgendwo abbiegen? Nee, Sackgasse, okay. Fahr ich mal. Ist wieder dunkel, perfekt, weniger Verkehr. Bieg einfach mal hier ab, vielleicht komme ich jetzt auch nicht zuerst drin. Jetzt habe ich die Adresse eingetragen. Okay. Bevor ich wieder zum Apartment fahre, Zentralrevier und dann wieder irgendwas fehlgeschlagen ist.
Slow and steady, come on.
My husband's a lawyer.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Ich da mir mal einen Besuch ab, würde ich sagen.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Dann so. Ich wollte gerade sagen, Tür eindrehen. Was haben wir hier? Die andere Hälfte vom Brief, oder was? Sieht so aus. Lange dauern, bis du geheilt bist und wieder nach Hause kommen kannst. Ich habe deine Sache in dein altes Zimmer gestellt und ein Schloss an der Tür angebracht, damit du deine Ruhe hast. Du kannst kommen und gehen, wann du willst. Ich werde mich um dich kümmern und du kannst wieder in dein normales Leben zurückkehren. Jetzt noch weiter. Ich weiß, deine Adresse hat sich geändert. Ich kann also nicht sicher sein, dass der Brief dich erreicht. Aber ich bitte darum, dass er es tut und dass du darüber nachdenkst, was ich gesagt habe. Ich liebe dich so sehr und bete jeden Abend, dass du in Sicherheit bist und vielleicht eines Tages an meiner Tür klopfst und wir die Kluft zwischen uns schließen können. In Liebe und Verständnis, deine Mutter Augusta Santos.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Okay, was haben wir hier noch so? Das Buch, oder?
Incidental.
Okay, ist unwichtig. Gut, was haben wir hier noch? Ha.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Die Mordwaffe, würde ich sagen.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at
Auf
least.
dem Dach. Okay, dann gehen wir auf dem Dach. Na los. Geht's noch höher? Ah, hier geht's noch hoch.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
Okay. Ah, hier. Renn doch. Das war so klar. Aber ich wusste vorhin nicht runter. Egal. Aber Neues, würde ich sagen.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
Wohin rennt der immer?
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Lauf, 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 lauf.
Hey, if you get him, give him one for me, detective!
Na komm, gib Gas.
Lock him up! Throw away the key!
Give it up, LAPD!
Genau, gib auf. Wir sind LPD hier. Jetzt hab ich dich gleich. Komm, 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 komm.
Can't we talk about this?
Ja, so können wir drüber reden, okay. Geil. Wow. So, jetzt ist so.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you?
Gut, ab ins Revier. Das glaube ich.
Whoever did it.
Werden wir beide verhören müssen.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
Aber Entscheidung ist, wie
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
There's people there!
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want the confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
You think the Vice boys get any on the side?
Also wir müssen erstmal in Esszimmer. Ja.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
don't ask, you never find out.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Buch des Opfers gefunden.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute. But, you know, I'm not so sure.
Alibi für James Tiernan.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
Was ist mit dem Schnapskauf?
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, and McCaffrey was a hero. McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
Eifersucht.
Might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Zugang zum Mordwaffe.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
Okay.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Okay, das Problem war, weil jetzt die eine Frage fehlgeschlagen ist, weil ich musste eigentlich dann nochmal zum zweiten Mal zu McCaffrey in dieser Menschbar. Aber das Problem ist, ich habe zwar gedrückt, aber danach sind wir zur Zentralrevier gefahren und deswegen ist dann fehlgeschlagen, weil der war noch ein richtiger Beweis. Naja, egal. Hauptsache, wir tun den richtigen Einbuchten. Gut, dann gehen wir jetzt zum Verhörraum 2. Da war hier irgendwo da. Papier. Verhörraum 1.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case. A nice thing about egos is they don't talk about other people.
Ah, hier ist es. Perfekt.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Gut. Müssen halt nochmal verhören, ne? Beziehung zum Opfer.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
Lügen, natürlich.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Und zwar haben wir den zerrissenen Brief gefunden.
Seems there's a serious
Was?
gulf between what you think you know and what you actually do, detective.
Oh, das war doch richtig, oder?
Back here! I've not said my piece yet.
What? Okay.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Tenants-Anschuldigung, glaube ich, war das.
You're going to have to do better than that, Detective.
Was? Was denn das jetzt?
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn? Will there be much more of this? It's just that I wanted to get home and work.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, Detective. The party has good lawyers.
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thank you. You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge. Beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Ciao, ciao, würde ich sagen.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot at a prison graveyard.
Ja, die Bewertung ist halt nicht so gut. Obwohl hat einen richtigen eingepackt. Colin McCaffrey kann mit dem Schreiben seiner Memorien beginnen in der Todeszelle. Da hat er 3 Sterne, aber Hauptsache der richtige ist. Im Knast.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first, then try for the Namboots.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Namboots and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Send the lieutenant. Get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Der 13. Fall. Jetzt.
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
Okay, schauen wir uns mal den Brief an. Hallo. Finde mich in mein Versteck.
No one else but the killer knew about this message.
Was haben wir hier? Und sahen verwundert nach Himmel auf dem Weih, noch immer die Musik erschollt. Ich aber schlüpf, ein Brunnenschnee auf öffentlichen Markt, dem Widerschein des Mondes gleich. Er sich in Wellen spiegelt unter grünem Laub.
Another snippet from the Shelley poem.
Ja, diese Gedichte. Hat es damit auf sich eigentlich? Was haben wir hier noch? Ein Buch. Die poetische Werke von Percy Shelley. Okay. Zu tragen Leid, das er unendlich meint, Unrecht verzeihen, schwarz wie Tod und Nacht, der Macht zu trotzen, die allmächtig scheint, und lieben, hoffen, bis er Hoffnung Kraft aus ihren Trümmern des Ersehnten schafft, nicht straucheln, schwanken, nicht der Reue Macht, gleich ein Ruhm, Titan heißt dies allein, gut, groß und frei und schön und freudig sein. Es allein heißt Leben, herrschen, siegen.
To suffer woes, which hope thinks infinite. To forgive wrongs darker than death or night. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller...
Hang on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Looking in wonder...
Ah, fuck it. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to mean?
It's supposed to...
Forget what it's supposed to. What does he want?
Where are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
A what? Story with two meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain, thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
Gut, ich würde sagen, wir machen beim nächsten Mal weiter. Es bleibt auf jeden Fall noch sehr spannend bei dem Spiel. Wir sind ja jetzt bei den Viertelmondmorde gewesen jetzt. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, machen wir für heute Schluss. Ich bedanke mich auf jeden Fall bei Häseprinz, dass du vorbeigeschaut hast. Freut mich sehr. Und auch die anderen 2 Zuschauer, die gerade zuschauen. Vielen Dank. Ich wünsche euch auf jeden Fall noch einen schönen Tag und ja, morgen ist schon Ostern und ein schönes Ostern wünsche ich euch noch. Vielleicht bin ich am Wochenende live wahrscheinlich, aber ich weiß noch nicht, was ich genau streamen werde. Lasst euch einfach überraschen.
What are we waiting for?
Und sagt dann bis dahin, ciao.